Good evening. Good evening. This is Tasha M. Dyer, and this is the BYOB, Be Your Own Bank Power Start Training Call. I want to welcome each and every last one of you out this evening because tonight we're focused on showing you how you can transform your mindset. How can you think like a bank, act like a bank, and be your own bank? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tasha M. Dyer, U.S. Army Major retired, MBA. See, we have the same parents. We've gone to school. We did exactly.
She on right now?
We did exactly. We've done exactly what we were all told to do. We've done exactly what our parents and society has taught us. See, that's why I'm no different than you all are. I'm no different because I have the same parents. We all were told, go to school, get good grades, go to college, and get you one of those good jobs. See, that's what each and every last one of us were told to do. And that's what we did. But tonight you're on this call because we were exposed to something different. Tonight you're on this call because you were exposed. You were exposed to something different. And when I say something different, it means because you realized that this is not what we were doing in society is not what we were designed to do. We were put on this earth for something. We were put on this earth for something great. So are you ready to walk into your greatness? Are you ready to walk into where you're supposed to be? And it all starts with your mindset. See, when you had the mind of a child, when you began and you walked this earth as a child, we were told to keep dreaming. We were told to keep elevating. We were told that we can be and do whatever it is that we wanted to do. But then as you began to grow, we got caught up in the cycle of life. And so today you're on this call because you realize that that cycle doesn't work. And that's why I started out saying we had the same parents. That's why I started out saying we all were exposed to the same information doing the same thing. So what I want to do for you right now is to help you understand that we literally are here for a change, and it begins with your mindset. We're here for wealth generation, but it begins with your mindset. So when I ask you about your mindset, when I ask you about what it is that you design to do, let me ask you a question. Are you wealthy? Are you wealthy? Wealth. What is wealth? See, let's get definitive with this. Let's get specific. And I'm asking another question, and then I'm going to pause. And I'm going to pause because I want to know what the answer is. I want you to think in your mind, and I also want you to put it in the chat. Are you a millionaire? Are you a millionaire? Are you a millionaire? I'm looking for you to put it in the chat. Are you a billionaire? It's either yes or no. Are you a millionaire? Are you a billionaire? And see, this is where I want you to stop and think. This is where I want you to begin to understand that whatever happens in real life, it manifests in my mind first. It runs from my heart, my mind to my heart into action, it manifests. So in order for you to be a millionaire, in order for you to be that billionaire, right, you have to know that you are already. Where is your mindset? What is it that you're doing? What is your mindset? What do you see? What is it that you're focused on? And so tonight we're going to begin with your 5 mindset principles because you have to think it first. You think it first. You think it first. See, that's how I can tell you I'm a millionaire. That's how I can tell you I'm a billionaire because I have to know it first. I think it first, and that's what's going to manifest. So number 1 is your compelling why. Your compelling why. That why is your cause, your reason, your purpose. It has to make you cry. So I've often said, right, we've often said your why has to make you cry. But what does that mean? How specific are you? How specific is it? You know, you have to stop. You have to tell yourself that I I am. What's your reason? What's your cause? See, I just asked you, what were you when you were a child? I just asked you, what did you want to do as a child? Because we all came into this earth with those dreams, those goals, those ambitions, those aspirations. We were all told you can be whatever it is that you want to be when you grow up. We were all told that to latch on to something. We were all told to latch on, to hold on, to be. What is it? So what is that moves you, that makes you cry? And I don't want anything generic, because if you say I want a financial legacy, financial freedom, to leave a legacy, or anything generic like that, when you're looking for a house, you get very specific. When you are looking for a house, you get very, very, very specific. You know, if I was to show you a house with just a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but you need a house for a 5 bedroom, you know that that's not the house for you. You know what you're looking for. You know if you want carpet or hardwood floors. You know what you know. So when it comes to material things in life, when it comes to things that we want, we often know exactly what it is that we want. But when I ask you what's your cause, your reason, your passion, your purpose, what motivates you, what drives you, what is going to put tears in your eyes that you have to succeed for? What is it? What is going to put those tears in your eyes? What do you know that you have to succeed for? You have to succeed, and that is your cause. That is your compelling why. What moves you? Nothing, if you know your compelling why, nothing will ever allow you to stop. You are going to push and push through and push to the end, because everything that you have is riding on that success. Everything that you are is riding on that success. And number 2 is your burning desire. Burning desire. Burning desire. That's an internal fuel. That's an internal flame that burns from deep down within inside of you. See, no one can give you that. No one can tell you about that. No one can bring that. I can't do it. Mr. Rogers can't do it. See, you got to want success as bad as you want to breathe. You have to know what the end result looks like. You have to be so laser focused that you know where you're headed. That burning desire is going to place you there. That burning desire is going to push you to that point. That is what a burning desire is. And the only person that can bring that to the table is you. Think about it for a moment. You ever been to the gym? And when you go to the gym, you go with the design of what you want your body to look like. You go to the gym with that design in mind. You're not looking at the right now. You're not looking at what can happen. You're not looking at any of that. The only thing that you see is the end result. The only thing that you know is where you're headed. The only thing that you know is what it has to happen. But yet you go each and every day. You go for an hour at a time. You have a desire inside of you that you're trying to get some. See, we all halfway through the year, everybody started with those revelations, right? And then halfway through the year, the people that have the burning desire are still pushing through. They're still getting there because they understand that the results don't happen overnight. But yet that burning desire gets you back each day, even though you don't see those results. You don't see them immediately, but over time, you begin to see them. Over time, the people around you will begin to see them. And then the people that are close to you will begin to see them. And then that is when it explodes. That's the burning desire to keep pushing through, even when, no matter what, because life is going to happen, or do you happen to life? Understand, life is going to happen, or do you happen to life? So it's always going to happen, but that's what's going to get you to overcome any obstacle that you may achieve, any obstacle that you may run into. So do you happen to life? That's the mindset you have to have. I happen to life. Life does not happen to me. And then number 3 is your commitment. That commitment is your loyalty, your dedication. It is non-negotiable, right? It's non-negotiable. Commitment. See, it's a reason why when you get on that airplane, that mask drop and they say you got to take care of yourself. We remember we had these same exact parents, these same parents that told us to go to school. You know, we're related, right? The same parents that told us to get a good job. Those same parents. Well, see, that same society that our parents grew up in, that same society said that we have to put others before ourselves. But see, how you do one thing is how you do everything. That doesn't work. You have to commit to you first. And when you commit to you, then everything around you, you can bless. Everything around you, you can have. Everything around you will reap the rewards. It will overflow. But see, that just like you get on that plane and it says, drop your mask, put the mask on you first. I do that because if I don't do that, how can I save my child? How can I save the ones around me? How you do one thing is how you do everything. It's a reason why they say that. So we don't get off the plane and think that it applies to life any different. It's all how it's supposed to be done. So you have to commit to you first. If I commit to me and making sure that everything I need is accomplished, then I can help. I can fund these things. I can take care of these things. I can give my children this better life. I can have the financial freedom and those desires, that reason why, my compelling why. I can have all of that. I can become all of that. I am all of that because I'm committed to me. And number 4 is being coachable. Are you walking the walk? Are you willing to walk the walk and talk the talk? Are you willing to understand that the ones in front of me, where I'm headed, where I'm going, or is exactly you? I have to follow the path, the yellow brick road to success because it leaves clues. Are you willing to stay the course? Are you willing to stay the path and stay the course? Or are you looking to the ones to your left and to your right? Are you coachable? Every professional has a coach. Every professional has a coach. Every professional has a coach. An amateur does not. An amateur doesn't believe they need one. But are you willing to execute the way the coach lays it out? Are you willing to execute what the coach says? Are you willing to execute? That's being coachable. And then number 5 is belief. What do you believe to be true? What is it that you believe to be true? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you deserve these results? Do you believe that you deserve to be a billionaire? Do you believe that you can do this? Do you believe that you can learn the skill set to be your own bank? Do you believe it? You have to believe it. What do you believe to be true? You have to believe within yourself beyond a shadow of a doubt. You have to believe even more than you've ever believed before. And you have to believe that that you can do it. You have to walk in those affirmations. You have to speak that. You have to know that. No one can take that away from you. Do you believe that we have your best interest at heart? Do you believe in the BYOB? Do you believe in the movement? Do you believe in 1 million families being financially educated and impacted? See, it's happening now. It's happening now. BYOB worldwide. We spoke it. We spoke it. And it's manifesting. That is what belief does. That is what walking in that does. BYOB worldwide. And guess what? When we spoke it, when we first spoke it, it was in our heart. It was in our mind. That's where it was. So what do you believe to be true? Because BYOB is worldwide now. So you have to know that it's going to manifest from your thoughts and your mindset. So what do you believe to be true? And then that is your 5 mindset principles. See, it's always a mentality check first. It always begins with your mindset. But understand that once it's in your mind, now I have to speak it. Now I have to talk it, right? I have to say these things because I think it, I speak it, then I perform it, right? Understand that your mouth was designed to generate wealth. Your mouth was designed to generate wealth. So what are you talking about? We speak and we talk all day. From the moment we wake up in the morning, regardless whether you're yawning, whether you're saying, thank you, Lord, regardless of what you're saying, right? You speak all day, but what are you saying? Are you talking about a chicken biscuit or are you talking about your financial freedom? What are you speaking? Because that's your money. That is your wealth. Your mouth is designed to generate wealth. And so as you begin to understand this, Communication is going to move people to action. Communication. What are you speaking? Are you walking in that right energy? Are you walking in that mindset? Are you walking with the communication that follows your belief patterns? Because it's going to come out of you. What you pour in is going to come out. So what are you pouring into yourself? What are you telling yourself over and over? Because when you speak and have those conversations, that's what's going to come out. So number one of my verbal tools is relate to people. I'm going to relate. Remember, we got the same parents. And if no one would have spoken to me, I would not be on this call. Had no one decided to share this information with me, I would not be on this call. See, each and every last one of you are on this call because someone was bold enough to step out and say, are you ready to accept the challenge to learn how to be your own bank? But how do I communicate that message? I do so through relating to people, and I relate to them through time, job, or money, right? Time, job, or money. If someone has a lot of time, they typically don't have a job, or they don't have a lot of money. Actually, both. If someone has a job, they don't have a lot of time because a job consumes them. You even think about it. You leave your job and you're thinking about it when you come home at night. You're not getting paid for that. You're thinking about Sunday. You living your week. That person is typically living their week, wasting their life away because on Sunday they start dreading the fact that they have to go back to work. And then come Friday, they're so excited about the weekend that you spend your whole life 7 days in a week, but you dread 5 of them. That's what a job will do to you. And that's what we accept and understand. And then if someone, they don't have a lot of money because that employer, that business owner is never going to pay you enough to be his neighbor. Never. So you want to relate to them. I'm not sympathetic because I was there too. And had someone not shocked me with the reality of the truth, you understand that I would still be there. So that's the way that you have this conversation. That's the way that you share this information. That's the way that we do it, but we have to do it through their belief system, right? We have to. We don't make excuses about our jobs. The job gave me the schedule one time. And you rushing to get there. You dodging traffic. Throwing your kids out the car at school to make sure you're there on time. You got to be there on time. And they gave it to you one time. When are your bills due? They send it to you one time. They don't care. They'll cut it off. They don't care. They're not going to call and remind you to make a payment. So when you sharing this information, how are you sharing it? Are you sharing it from the importance of the reality of the life-saving opportunity that it is? The opportunity to be your own bank. So no, I'm not sympathetic. But we have to communicate it. We have to communicate it. And you have to know, how does that make you feel? Because I was angry. I worked in the cashier cage. I was angry. I did military payroll. I was angry because when I look back, hindsight is 2020. Profit and loss for the government. Profit and loss. Buy and sell currency at the same time. Profit and loss for the government. But what about Tasha? What about you? Right? No one is going to just hand you this information. And so it's our responsibility to share it. And then number 2 is edify. You want to edify. It doesn't matter how you're trading. It's great. We had a BYOB cash out. It is great. People are profiting worldwide, BYOB worldwide. However, the reality is the foreign exchange market has been around since the beginning of time. The foreign exchange market has been around since the beginning of time. Buy and sell at the same time. So it doesn't matter if I accept the challenge or not. The market is still going to be here. And you have to know how to edify that. You have to know how to speak that. You have to know how to say that with boldness and understand that my bank, where you put your money, your bank is trading your money. So can you speak that? Can you communicate that with boldness? Can you understand really what's going on? The information is hidden in plain sight. Do you get it? Do you understand it? That's the edification of the foreign exchange market. And then the company, because edify, remember, means only to build up. And the company is not attached to anything. I love what Dr. Bythewood says all the time and what he points out. The person that you give your money to, you take financial advice from, is the person that is taking your money. And yes, I'm licensed. So yes, being a financial advisor, that's me. But guess what? I was also the person taking your money, the person looking for a commission, right? That's the person that you are getting advice from. So when you have a company that is able to say, this is an education platform, this is no different than enrolling in your local community college. This is no different than enrolling in an online university, and it's straight education and tools. Just straight education and tools. And it's not tied to your financial gain or benefit. We're giving you the education. Just like when you graduate from with the college of your choice, you take that degree and utilize it and go wherever you want to go with it. So I take this education and I pick and select whatever broker I want to. I trade in the market however I want to. That's the power of what you have. That's the power of the information that's in your hands, right? That's the power. And then what about your business partners? What about your business partners? You got myself. I just told you who I was. Tasha Dyer, trade whisperer, BYOB cash out creator. I created this strategy. I'm your business partner. Mr. Gerald D. Rogers, the visionary behind the movement, BYOB worldwide. That was his vision. BYOB, be your own bank. A background in investment banking. He is the face of the web analyzer, the spokesperson. So when you log onto the web analyzer, that's the person whose number you have. That's the person whose voice you hear on your training calls. This is our coach, our mentor. He has successfully helped over 30,000 individuals reach their financial goals and dreams. So that's the power of what you have. Written compensation plans for company. Pastor Yolanda Axon, leading the Orlando market, trailblazing, right? A powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with. And then we have Dusty Devine. He's owned his own network marketing company. He's owned his own company. Owned his own company. And then he's a professional golfer. Do you see who we have? Dr. Craig Bythewood, your RX for Forex. Twice a week does a talk with the finance doctor because of what we just told you. And you look at the industry that we're in and what we're discussing. And this is your business partner. Finance and economics. Finance and economics. Someone in his caliber has 3 positions, 3 things that they want to do. They want to be a consultant, a CFO, and an educator. He's done them all and still doing them. These are your business partners. This is BYOB. This is you. What do you bring to the table? So add the next name to that list is your name. It's your name. What do you believe? Do you believe that you can walk in that? BYOB worldwide. It takes each and every last one of us. And then you want to edify the industry. We're talking about direct sales. Yes, this does have a direct sale component to it. It's not mandatory, but it has it to it. You are on this call. You are on this call because you made a decision that you want to create distribution centers and ATMs. You want to take participation in that, but understand the significance of what that means. You're going direct to the consumer. Why are we in a retail apocalypse right now? Why are things shifting and changing the way that we are? This is the best industry to be in right now. Retail apocalypse. Things are shutting down all the way around. And why? Because they didn't shift their mindset. So as you go out and you speak, remember, communication is the key to success. So as you go out and you speak and you talk and you walk in this, what are you saying? Are you speaking? Do not ever allow someone who you know is going to be shut down, because 25% of businesses will be shut down by 2026. 25%. Will that 25% shift the fact that I know that I'm direct to the consumer? What did Walmart do? Change distribution. What did Netflix do? Change distribution. They shut down Blockbuster because Blockbuster did not believe that someone would want to wait for a movie until it came in the mail. But see, it went direct to the consumer. What is Amazon doing right now? Shutting things down because they did not adjust. They did not shift direct to the consumer. So what are you doing? I'm in the same industry. I'm just direct to the consumer. Direct. And then what about promoting? Promoting, right? We control the frequency, the attitude. We control what comes out of our mouth. So what value are you creating? When you speak, see, you heard it before. I have to go, it's like a deck of cards, right? I never know when I'm going to get the ace. But are you speaking? Are you speaking? Are you speaking? What are you saying? It's all about promoting. People are going to respond to you and the energy that you put out there. They're going to respond. Now I want you to think about something for a moment. Promoting. How long has a chicken sandwich been around? The chicken sandwich has been around forever. People eating chicken sandwiches all day, every day. But all it took was for the chicken sandwich to get in the hands of the right person. All it took was for Popeyes to sell the chicken sandwich to the right person. All it took was for them to have the conversation with the right person. And when they did that, their business exploded. I can talk to you from the other perspective of being the ultimate consumer, but I can talk to you from the perspective of understanding. Did you tell the right person yet? You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't do it. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. So what did Popeyes do? They said the right thing. They might have said the wrong thing, but they said it to the right person. And because of that, it went viral. It went worldwide. And guess what? $42 million. $42 million in about a week. No advertising budget. Worldwide. Popeyes, a chicken sandwich. People fighting over a chicken sandwich. How did they promote it? They just kept telling that story. They just kept selling that sandwich. They just kept telling that story until it got in the hands of the right person. It got in the hands of the right person and boom, it exploded. So what are you saying? What are you doing? Do you think everybody liked the chicken sandwich? No. I'm quite sure somebody threw it in the trash can. I'm quite sure somebody said, oh, I don't want this. My order not right. I'm quite sure somebody didn't like it. So when you out there and you're talking about a financial revolution, you're talking about the foreign exchange market, you're talking about what it is, the power of what you have in your hands. I'm quite sure somebody don't like it. I'm quite sure somebody like being broke. I'm quite sure somebody don't even believe in Bitcoin still. And we just saw an article that got posted where you now going to be able to trade Bitcoin on your Telegram. But somebody still don't believe it. So do they shift you? Do they adjust you? Or do you just keep telling your story? Do you just keep sharing this information because the goal is 1 million families financially educated and impacted? 1 million. And it begins with you. And when you tell the right person, your business will be like Popeyes. All it is you got to tell the right person. But do you stop at the person that didn't like it? Did you stop at the one that's going to be in a retail apocalypse? Do you stop or do you just tell the right person? You don't know when that person is going to show up. How long has Popeyes been around? But the right person showed up and they went worldwide. And number 4 is fear of loss. Fear of loss. That same fear of loss. That same fear of loss has people waiting in line, the same people that say, I don't have any time. But they're waiting in line for an hour for a chicken sandwich because they're scared they're going to miss out. It's a buzz now. It's a household name. You're a brand. You're a CEO. What you have is life-changing. Those same people will wait in line to speak to you. Those same people will wait in line to talk to you. Those same people that you called before, they're going to wait in line because it's going to go viral. You are going to be worldwide, and they're going to be calling you. But you have to put in that initial work. Fear of loss. Those same people upset because I saw a site that they're only selling 175 sandwiches a day from the store. 175 sandwiches. So fear of loss. People trying to get there. They're waiting. I need my chicken sandwich. People need their financial revolution. People need their financial freedom. People need their financial breakthrough. People need to be their own bank. Same thing. You have to operate in that same mindset. Popeyes don't care when they run out. They tell you come back tomorrow. You have to walk in that same energy. You have to walk in that same energy. You have to understand what you have. It's powerful. It's life-changing. It's that dynamic. But we don't leave them there. It's the same way Popeyes gave them a vision. You can come back tomorrow. We're telling you, BYOB worldwide. Be your own bank worldwide. 1 million families financially educated and impacted. Women teach Forex. 1 million women financially educated and impacted. Faith and finance. 1 million pastors, bishops, ministry leaders financially educated and impacted. Mob Squad. 1 million millennials financially educated and impacted. So when you add all that up to include yours, that's millions. That's millions. That's billions. You are the foundation of changing this world. That's who you are. Now, how do we do that? How is it done? So I'm gonna share this 1-page PDF. Let me pull it up. Give me a second. It's coming. It is coming. This is it. This is how it's done. This is how it begins. This is where it's at. We're talking about 1 million families, and this is how it starts. It starts with you. So what you're going to do first is you're going to create your story, right? You're going to create your story. And how do you do that? The enrollment is $325. The enrollment is $325. Yes, there are other options, but did you start your franchise? $325 is non-negotiable. You're talking about $11 a day. The monthly is like $9. How much was your lunch? How much did you pay for lunch today? How much did you pay when you went through that drive-through? Right? It's all about the mentality. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the value that you place on things, right? And then when you begin, you want to begin with the IML Academy. IML Academy Online. You want to begin there. You want to make sure you're reviewing it. Now, this is actually typed out in the Getting Started in our Facebook group, right? And it's a check sheet for you. Getting started. You want to make sure you go in there, popular topics, download the PDF under Getting Started. And it's going to walk you through step by step what you have to do to be successful. You want to check it off, right? And that's where all of this in this box is at. All of this is on that Getting Started. All of this is right there because you want to make sure you're in that academy. You want to make sure you're going through those videos. You want to make sure you get your training in. And also the BYOB cash out is right there, the directions, the instructions. You want to make sure that you have that, right? You want to sign up for your 21-day coaching subscription. BYOBchallenge.net, BYOBforlife.net. That website, just remember BYOBchallenge.net. That's where you will also get a copy of this PDF. And then you want to share your contacts. Share your contacts. How do I get it in the hands of that person that's going to make it go viral? How do I get it? I write a list because I don't know who it is. But I need to write a list, 100 names, 100 people. I need to write a list. And when I write that list, I get my names from social media. I get my names out of my phone. Remember, you are now a CEO. You didn't just pay $325. I need you to understand that you paid $325,000. That's the mindset that you have to have. I didn't pay $325. I paid $325,000. Okay? And when you have that mindset, you'll write that list. If you stood in front of a brick and mortar store and cut that ribbon, you would write that list because you understand you need foot traffic to be successful. We're building distribution centers and ATMs. So I need foot traffic. I need people in and out to make a decision. That means I have to share this information. I have to share this information. But what I love is this dual-sided. Because it's not just about me. We're having impact. Anytime you're doing anything, you want to think about the impact that you have on someone else's life. We have an impact. People's lives are being changed. People are having financial breakthroughs. So when you share this information, when you're writing this list, you understand the breakthrough that people are having, the breakthrough. And you write the list. It's 100 names on a sheet of paper. It's 100 names on a sheet of paper. 100 names on a sheet of paper. If we went to the movies, you on the list. If you text me yesterday, you on the list. If you text me this morning, you on the list. If we went to the movies, you on the list. You call me about anything, you on the list. We're going to have this conversation. You on the list because you need the information. You need it. So, and then I got my 10 flat tire friends. What is a flat tire friend? A flat tire friend is if I had a flat tire in the middle of the night, who could I call? Who would come through? And then 25 most successful people. Successful people understand success. Successful people understand success. And if they are wondering your success first, what's the energy and how did you have that conversation? How did you promote it? It all ties together. So what you want to do is make sure, because successful people understand success. Successful people will say, oh, foreign exchange market. Successful people will say, oh, wait a minute. People trading Bitcoin on Telegram. People trading Bitcoin on Cash App. People can get Bitcoin. What? No, I'm not missing this. They understand opportunity. So that all goes back to how you share this information, and we're going to cover that in just a minute. And then you want to make sure that you expose 100 people within your first 30 days of business. That's 5 a day. Can you say this 5 times? Are you ready to accept the challenge to learn how to be your own bank? Can you say that 5 times? And then I want to earn. When I earn, understand that in the first 30 days of business, in the first 30 days of you making your decision, you want to make sure that within the first 72 hours, you have a VIP launch, a VIP call. And then it's 7 days and 14 days and continuously for this first month, because you are exposing, you are the foundation of 1 million families. And then you want to expose a minimum of 40 people. Notice I said 40, I did not say 4. 40, not 4. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. Because you got to create that foot traffic. You have to be the one to create the traffic for the individuals that come into your store. You've gone window shopping before. You've said, I'm going window shopping. And what happened? You went window shopping, or you didn't go window shopping. Do you think the CEO cared if you didn't show up? No matter how many times you said they were coming. See, it's a mentality shift. Mindset first. You are the CEO. What are you focused on? Are you focused on the end goal and the results? Because if you focus on the end goal and the results, you'll understand that out of them 40 people, 20 are going to confirm. 20 say I'm going window shopping. 20 say I'm going to show up. 40 say I'm going, 20 confirm. 20 say it's going to happen. But only 10 show up. Because what happened that morning, you didn't feel like going. That morning, your kids had something to do. That morning, something came up. But guess what? The CEO don't care. Because the CEO is looking for the end results. The CEO is looking for how many lives can I impact. A CEO is looking for how many people say yes. The CEO is ready to work with the person that says, I'm ready to accept the challenge to be my own bank. That's what the CEO is thinking about, not about the person that's still in bed, not about the person that didn't show up. So that's why it's 40. You see, it's a law of numbers. 40 people you've invited, 40 people you asked a question, 40 people, 20 confirmed, 10 showed up, and only 5. You ever got to the register and changed your mind? That's the 10 that showed up. They picked some stuff up in the store. They got to the register and changed their mind. 5 of them made a decision. So understand, I said 40, not 4. Because if I do 4, then that's 20. So it goes from 4 to 2 to 1. No, how many? What's half of 1? A 50-50? A maybe? Who are you talking to? Who are you sharing with? You want your sandwich to go viral? Did you put it in the hands of the right person? You don't know who that person is. That's why you have to go through the numbers. That's why you have to create the foot traffic. And then you want to be Sam I Am. You want to schedule a meeting in a meeting. You're a CEO. You're a CEO. So you want to create that. You want to schedule a meeting in a meeting. And that means, and I'm going to elaborate on this in just a minute, but a meeting and a meeting and a meeting and a meeting means you're in control. You never give up control. This is your business. Would you allow someone else to walk into your business? Remember, I got a brick and mortar. You have to imagine you got a brick and mortar. You have to imagine you cut the red ribbon. You have to imagine. You have to see it. Would you allow someone to come into your store and say, no, don't worry, I'm going to run this. I got this. No, you're a CEO. And you have to give yourself 9 months. Give yourself 9 months. Because what's going to happen is you're going to enroll your first customer. And then you're going to acquire 3. See how this works? And then you become a Platinum 600. A Platinum 600 simply means that I share this information with a few people who shared it with a few people because I'm going to teach them how to do the exact same thing. That means it's a total of 12. And with a total of 12, you're now earning $600 a month. Tasha, how do I reach the top of the compensation plan? By doing it again. By focusing on 600. By helping them focus on 600. And by default, you reach the top. So the only thing you need to be concerned about is a Platinum 600. And just do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. Because you want to help them. So everybody who said they're willing to accept the challenge, and everybody who said that they also want to create distribution centers and ATM machines, Platinum 600 is the top of the compensation plan. Platinum 600 is what you're aiming for. That's $600 a month. You help everybody else do the same thing, you'll reach the top. Now, you want to make sure you register. You want to make sure you're plugged in. When is our call schedule? How many times did you get your job scheduled? When is our call schedule? Are you getting up? Are you on the calls? Are you in profit? Are you on the evening calls? Are you in profit? What are you doing? The calls are Sunday night. Sunday night, we have our team leadership call. Team call. Keyword team. BYOB family, right? That's not for guests. This is for you, for your development, for your personal development. And then on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have this call. You want to be on this call so you can do this call. You need to understand how this call works, how it facilitates, how it's transcribed. This is the foundation call. This is the foundation call. You ever played that game in school where I told you something and we went around in a circle, and by the time it got back around to you, we had absolutely no idea what we were talking about? Well, understanding this call is a foundation call, so everybody hears the same information. Everybody gets the same thing. Everybody has the same foundation, the same system. This is that foundation call. This is that power start. Everyone. So as you become worldwide, as you share this is the call. This call. And then Monday through Thursday at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're live in the market. We're live. We're catching pips. We're cashing out. Are you cashing out? Do you set your clock? You want to make sure you get up. It's all about creating habits. It's all about creating those right habits. And then on Tuesday and Thursday evenings, Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our BYOB tools training and our live in the market. And at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have what's called a Talk with the Finance Doctor. A Talk with the Finance Doctor. Your RX for Forex. And on Tuesday at 7:30, remember, we're worldwide. This information is 1 million families. Be your own bank, 1 million family VIP call. BYOB, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can have the opportunity to expose this information. You have this information. So this is where you invite your guests to. That's another opportunity for you to get the information in front of someone. And on that call, what we're talking about is the education. We're talking about the education. BYOB focuses on education, impacting, financially impacting. We want to make sure everyone is a successful trader. I am a master trader. My trade's in profit, right? We want to make sure everyone we share this with understands that they have the opportunity to accept the challenge to learn how to be their own bank. First and foremost, that's the primary focus. Educating 1 million families. And then leaders are readers. Leaders are readers. Remember, we said mindset first. So are you reading this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? How to Win Friends and Influence People. Remember, now I got to speak it. Now I got to speak it. Success on God's Terms. This book is co-authored by our coach and our mentor, Mr. Gerald D. Rogers. He's a co-author of this book. But guess what? Why is it on there and why is it in the middle? God is the foundation of this movement. God is at the center. So in everything that we do, the focus is Jesus Christ. The focus is God. That's the foundation of BYOB. And then the cash flow quadrant. You want to understand how to shift. How do I move from one side of the quadrant to the other? Mentally, you have to make that shift. You got to read this book. And then your first year in network marketing. Remember, we're in direct sales. This is direct to the consumer. Yes, we are. And this is something you definitely want to make sure that you read. You read the information that you needed for your job. You took the real estate exam. You took whatever test was required. You took the insurance license. You did whatever you needed to do to be successful. So now you're doing this for you. And you want to make sure you don't leave yourself out. Now we're almost done, but I need your attention. This is where we sort. This is where we sort. So I want to ask you a question. And I'm going to pause because I want you to think about it. But we're almost done. Are you ready to accept the challenge to learn how to be your own bank? And the answer should be yes. And then over the past 10 years, out of all the money that's flowed through your bank account, how much has your bank paid you for using your own money? How does that make you feel? If there was a way that you could learn a skill set to do exactly what the banks do, would you take advantage of it? How easy was that? Now, that's the interview. You've been on a job interview before? Remember, you're a CEO. And I want you to have the mindset of a CEO because we don't beg, borrow, or anything for anybody to do anything. You have to understand the power of what you have in your hands, the power of the information that you have in your hands. And they have to answer yes to it. They say no, then guess what? We go back to talking about the movies. We go back to talking about dinner. We go back to doing whatever it is that we were doing before. But right now, those questions have to be answered yes. And then they say yes, I send them a 10-minute video. Now understand with this video, this is where I say I am. This is where that begins. Because I'm going to give you my video, but I'm going to call you back. I'm in control. The video is 10 minutes. I'm going to call you back in 20 minutes. I'm going to call you back in 30 minutes. And if they say, oh, no, that's not a good time, well, you schedule a time. You don't get my video. I'm a CEO. Right? You understand the power of what you have in your hands. And they're going to say yes. And you make sure you get them back on the phone. Now, after they watch the video, this is important because everyone wants to accept the challenge to learn how to be their own bank, but not everyone wants to build distribution centers and ATMs. So it's so important that you approach them the right way. Based on the video, based on information that you just saw, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 meaning you're ready to accept the challenge to learn how to be your own bank and build a business. And 1 meaning you're ready to accept the challenge to be your own bank. What is your number? So important. 1 through 6, they just want education. 1 through 6, They just want information. If they're a 5 or a 6, more than likely they'll shift and they'll begin to build later. But 1 through 6, all they want is the information. They're ready to accept the challenge. You get them enrolled, plug them in the Facebook group. Make sure they know when the calls are. Make sure they are plugged in. And then 7 through 10, you immediately get yourself out of the way, because that person is ready to build distribution centers and ATMs. So you get them on the phone with the expert. You get them on that VIP call. You get them on a 3-way call, but you get yourself out of the way. That's the power of what you're doing. That's the power of what you have. That's the power. And then you want to play the who do you know game. You want to play who do you know. So you got expansion hubs: New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta, Houston, Tampa, Memphis, and Miami. But the reality is where are you at? The reality is we're global. Understand, we're global. So where are you? Where are you located? Where are the people on your 100 name list? Because yes, those areas are statistically proven for success, but the success is in you. BYOB worldwide. BYOB worldwide. Be your own bank. Think like a bank, act like a bank, and be your own bank. And 1 million families, 1 million families financially educated and impacted. 1 million families. But it begins with you. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the morning, 5 a.m. Let's grab some pips. Let's catch some pips. Let's cash out. And you all have a wonderful and blessed evening. Read those books. Pick up a book before you go to bed. Pick up one of those books. Mental. What comes in is what's going to come out. What goes in is what's going to come out. Cut the TV off. Cut it off. It's only preseason. Football season hasn't started yet. It's preseason. Cut it off. What goes in is what's going to come out. Understand that. 1 million families begin with you. You all have a wonderful and blessed evening, and this will officially conclude this call.